YouTube channel, and my name is Aditi, and I put all kinds of content out here, from books to shows to makeup to skincare, every single thing. And today I am here with, I think, a very hot topic right now, which is reality shows. And I have decided to put my expertise on this matter to use and rank every single reality show that I have watched. So let's get started. Now, first on the list is Temptation Island, and I honestly don't have a lot of memory about that show because I found it a little ridiculous. Now, the concept of the show, for those who don't know, is that they invite a lot of couples and then they invite tempters. Now, tempters are basically single people who are there to tempt people who are in relationships, and like the name suggests. Now, for me, I think the entire idea of this show just didn't really click, and yeah, I didn't really have a lot of fun watching it. And even if you talk about like masala, I don't think there was a lot. Only like memorable things that I have from that show are Jad and Nikki Portain, and then other than that, literally nobody else. And oh yes, Nidhi and her husband, I think his name is Mohak. I could be wrong, but yeah, they really made it to the end. They got married, I think, a year after the show went live. And other than that, none of the couples stayed, none of the singles popped up a lot. So I will actually put this in forgettable. Now, next is Love School. For those of you who don't know, Love School was, I think, back in 2015 or something. Yeah, I'm sure it's been a decade. And the entire idea of the show was they would call couples and they would counsel them, give them advice, make them do tasks to make their relationship better. And the hosts of the show were Karan Gundra and Anusha. Okay, and the whole irony of the show is they spent, I think, 4 or 5 seasons advising other couples how to make your relationship better and how to make it long lasting and how to, just advice, relationship advice, and then they broke up. Now, I understand breakups are completely normal and they're a part of life, but I think that's just a bit ironical for me that they spent so much time advising other couples on what to do, what not to do, and how to save the relationship, how to bring the spark back in a relationship, and then theirs failed. So I'm also gonna put this in forgettable. I feel like it's not really talked about a lot. Only people who saw it then, and even when people who saw it at that time, it wasn't really like a big thing. It was just a time pass. Now, after that is Social Currency. I had no recollection of this show. I had forgotten that I have watched this, and while I was on the internet and I was searching for every reality show so that I could make the list for this video, I saw this name, and for a second I was like, wait, I think I've seen that. And I googled it and I had, but मुझे honestly कोई memory नहीं है. I remember nobody, only Ruhi Rai, Parth Samthan, and there was this another girl who used to write really good like poetry and sarcastic stuff, and like her forte was writing. other than these three people, I don't remember anybody. I don't remember the format of the show. What it was basically influencers fighting it out to become the best influencer, something like that. So that is forgettable. Then Traitors. I feel like Traitors is a very good example of how to adapt Western shows for an Indian audience. And I think they chose like a really, really good cast for the first season as well. And for me, I feel like this comes under iconic. This was really talked about. Some of the characters, their gameplay, their dialogues. It became viral content on memes and everything. So that is gonna go in iconic. Then Comic Stan. I was a little late to the Comic Stan party because I watched it, I think, 2 years after it caught the hype. And when the the hype was going down is when I watched it, and I regretted it because I feel like no other show or no other content has really pushed Indian comedy the way Comic Stan did. And just from one season alone, they had such brilliant comics, irrespective of who won or who didn't. It was amazing. I feel like it completely changed how people viewed comedy. So I'm gonna put that also in iconic. Then Ace of Space. I feel like only MTV kids know of this show. So basically, this was another like game show, and where they were put in a house 24/7, and they have to fight for space. So if you win a task, you get more space in your room. If you lose space, and if you completely lose space, you're out. Now, to me, this was a really good like show idea, and I really liked it, but people didn't. I feel like nobody really talked about it even back then. It was good, the cast was good, I really liked a few people in it, but it didn't really catch on to people. So I think I am gonna put it in time pass. I don't want to put it in forgettable because it might be forgettable for people, but for me, I think it was a good idea, and people need to realize that. Next is Khatron Ke Khiladi, because we cannot miss that out. Now, Khatron Ke Khiladi has been my entire childhood. This has had 15 seasons, and I don't think it is a show that can ever run out of content. How do you run out of content? Because you get new stars every year, you can put them there. Then I feel like even if the tasks are repetitive over the years, the people are completely new. So even if you're doing the same task again, people are gonna watch it. It is an endless loop of content. And overall, I feel like it's fun, it's humorous, it's it shows, I feel, a other side of celebrities that people don't really get to see. So I will have to put it in iconic because I feel like there is no show made like that or a even close competitor of it. Then Lock Up, the buzz of the month. It has been crazy. I Nothing makes me sit down in front of my TV at 8 p.m. faster than this does. But I feel the first 2 weeks, Lockup was chef's kiss. It was really, really good. It was very engaging. No matter who you liked or you didn't like, there was a storyline that you could see what was going on. Okay, you could follow along. I feel like from week 3, something happened. There's no continuity, there's no set line, there's no consistency. One week they want to do this, then the other week they want to scratch everything and do a new thing. which for me did not make sense. And the Akanksha versus Shreya rivalry, gotta enjoy it. The reels are hella funny, and I feel like every character, even if you hate them or you like them, they're doing they're doing something. Harshad and Shivangi are in their own Ekta Kapoor serial, and you can call them cringe or whatever, but it's very hilarious. And I feel like nobody would have ever thought that they would get to see a humane side of Shilpa Shinde, but we did this week. Other than that, Ram Kapoor with his abacus hand gestures, and I feel like Rebel really like spiced things up this week. And I feel like the one line she said, which I really agreed to, was "इस शो में लड़के सो रहे हैं," which I feel is so true because every other reality show it's mostly male ego clashing and men trying to run into each other and just trying to kill each other. And in this show, like I'm also moving my hands like Ram Kapoor, but in this show, almost all the guys are just puss. They're not doing a lot, and I get it, like they're fun and everything, but सिर्फ लड़कियां क्यों कुत्तों की तरह लड़ रही हैं? So I'm gonna put it in time pass. Then is the 50. Oh god, the 50. I will actually like to salute the makers for this idea because the idea looked 10 on 10 on paper. You put 50 renowned celebrities, influencers, whatever, and बस उनको लड़वाओ. What could go wrong? Where could the TRP go? But I feel like they couldn't manage it. क्योंकि 50 people were having 7 fights together and we had no idea. I feel like most people lost connect of what was happening midway, and I have no idea. I forgot who won. I think Shiv Thakre won, but everyone's just fighting. कुछ भी हो रहा है. There's no sense, and I feel like makers also they didn't anticipate how tough it would be to handle 50 of them living together and also fighting and everything, managing tasks, everything. So I'm actually gonna put it in forgettable. Then is roadies. This every 2000s kid who says that they've not watched this, they're lying. But roadies was that show. Okay, from season 1 till now, I think they're on their 2022 season. It's just, I'm at a loss of words, but it's so good. And in between, I think there were 2 seasons where instead of Ranvijay, Sonu Sood was hosting, and love Sonu ji. Very sweet person, very, very nice, but he's not made for rotis, yaar. Prince and Gautam were literally fighting at each other's neck, and all he could do, and I felt so bad, was just try to calm them down and be like, Arey, don't do this, don't do this, Arey, it's okay, stay away. And he's so nice. Road is not for him. I miss Ranvijay. And I think Neha Dhupia, I love that woman in Roadies. She does not take anybody's bullshit. She does not take any man's bullshit. And I honestly miss Raftar and Nikhil Chinappa in Roadies. Yes, Ria is fun. Gautam is fun, but I miss them. So I'm gonna put this in iconic. Then India's Got Latent. What do I say about this without getting an FIR? I shouldn't even make that joke. But there isn't much to say. I feel like, again, this is something that just completely changed Indian comedy. And I'm at a loss of words. Like, there are some shows that I feel either too much about, or I just watch them with my brain shut down. So when I want to talk about it, I have no idea. Latent is one of those shows. Whenever I watched it, I feel like my brain is just band because what even is going on? And but I will say this, season one felt more real and organic than season two. So I'll put it in iconic, I guess. Then Big Boss. Sallu bhai. I feel like Big Boss has lost its charm, its viewership as well. I feel like now it's not a show that's being watched in like households a lot anymore because I think maybe to attract younger audience, they have just changed everything. But that did not work because the younger audience didn't get pulled in and they lost the older audience as well. So, but I think Big Boss is something that will always remain iconic and there's no shutting them. So, actually, I will put it in time pass. It is iconic, but to me, this is time pass. This is peak brain rot content, nothing else. Then Jhalak. Those who watched Jhalak Dikhla Ja and liked Jhalak Dikhla Ja, you're my besties because I was pagled for that show. I loved it. I thought, oh my god, wow, this is so cool. And Manish Paul hosting, Madhuri Dixit, just everything. There was a certain charm to it, and yeah, Manish Paul was amazing. I feel like I liked him more than the guest, the what do you call it, the star panel. Manish Paul was OG. So I'm gonna put it in nostalgia. And then to end it all with the classic Indian Idol. Why did I put this in the list? Because I have to talk about this. I remember Indian Idol was like the goat. Okay. Maybe it still is, but I don't think so. Okay. Listen, it was the goat. Okay. It was the show to go to and the show to win if you want to become a singer. And it did give a lot of good singers, but that was the initial years. Now, where are the singers? Where are the people who are winning? How are almost none of them in mainstream music? And I feel like it became so much about crying and melodrama and sad stories and everything. And I'm an empath too. I feel for them, I sympathize with them. But then you shifted the entire focus of it from what it was to just something else completely. With the judges crying in every other episode, I don't get it. So I'm gonna put this also in nostalgia because it's not forgettable at all. And yeah, with that, I have finally ranked all my shows and I forgot Alliance. How the fuck did I forget for Alliance? Okay, Alliance. Can we please talk about Alliance? Alliance will go here, right here in underrated. Okay, I will put that in the edit. But Alliance, that show deserves so much more appreciation than it gets because that is amazing. I feel like Lockup got so much hype, Alliance got sidelined, but Alliance is so much better. They're using their brains, they're making strategies, they're playing games. There is no Saas Bahu drama, this lover angle, fighting unnecessarily. No. Yes, there is a little bit, but it's not just that. So I feel like people need to start watching Alliance and stop. Don't stop watching Lockup because even I can't stop watching it, but please start watching Alliance also. This was me rating and reviewing every reality show that I have watched. And please do like, share, and subscribe to my channel if you do want to see more of this fun content.